Good morning, students. In today's video, we will discuss about part 2 of lesson 4, The Red Trap, from the book Flamingo, written by Selma Lagerlof. Students, in last video, we have read how the peddler himself was caught in the rat trap of the world after stealing the crofter's money. And with that stolen money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. But it was not safe to walk on the public highway for him. So he turned off the road into the forest. Later in the day, he lost the way. It was a big and confusing forest. To him, the world appeared to be a big rat trap. Now his turn had come. He had let himself be fooled by a bait of money, and he had been caught. Finally, when he saw no way out, he sank down on the ground. He was tired to death, but soon he heard the sound of hammered strokes coming from an iron mill. He gathered all his strength and dragged himself towards the direction of the sound. Reaching at the ironworks, he opened the gate and went in. It was warm and cozy inside. The blacksmith and his apprentice were sitting there waiting for the pig iron to be ready to put on the anvil. Usually, poor vagabonds came there to warm themselves in the winter. So, when the peddler asked permission to stay, the blacksmith nodded in approval. After getting permission, that peddler lay down to sleep close to the furnace in order to warm himself. This is the Ramsajo milk and the church. About church we will read in the later part of the same story. The iron master's nightly visit. Iron master, he is the owner of the iron mill, and he was in the habit of paying the night visits to the mill to observe the proper functioning there. So after some time, the owner of the ironworks visited the forge while the peddler lay in front of the furnace. He looked intently at the peddler's face and felt sure that the peddler was one of his old regimental comrades, Captain von Stully. Looking at his tramp like appearance, he thought that the captain must be passing through the hard times. He invited the peddler to go home with him for Christmas. But the peddler was shocked, surprised. He thought that it was risky for him to accept the offer, and so he declined it. The iron master, he was very disappointed. Then Iron Master assumed that maybe the captain was feeling embarrassed because of his present situation. So he told him that no need to feel embarrassed because in his house, except his daughter, no one is living. His sons, they had already settled in abroad, and his wife Elizabeth, she was no more. And again, she invited him to give company for Christmas. But the peddler, he again rejected his offer, and then finally, dejected, disappointed, the iron master, he went home. Then, yes, beta ji, after reading these pages, the questions that you have to do in your fair notebook. What made the peddler think that he had indeed fallen into a rat trap? Second, Why did the ironmaster speak kindly to the peddler and invite him home? Third, why did the peddler decline the invitation? Now let's move on to the next page. When the ironmaster was not able to convince the peddler to visit his home, he sent his daughter Adela to persuade the peddler to come home. She arrived in a carriage wearing a large fur coat. She understood that the peddler was unwilling to accept the invitation because he was frightened, he was afraid. She guessed that the man might have stolen something or he might have escaped from the jail. However, she spoke gently to him. She assured him that he would be free to leave whenever he pleased. They only wanted the company on the Christmas Eve. The peddler felt faith and agreed to go with her. On the way, he was sorry to have stolen the crofter's money that had put him in a trap. The Iron Master was happy to have his old regimental comrade under his roof. He planned to feed him well and give him some respectable work. The servant gave the peddler a haircut, had him shave his beard, and made him bathe. When the peddler appeared wearing one of the Iron Master's suits, and the Iron Master looked at him in daylight, he felt that he had made a mistake. The peddler was certainly not Captain Von Stully. He said that the man had deceived him and even thought of handling him to the sheriff. The peddler defended himself. He said that he never pretended to be what he was not. He was brought there against his will. Even then, he was ready to put on his rags. Rags means torn clothes, and he was ready to leave that place. He also told the Iron Master his philosophy of life. He said that the world was a rat trap and he himself might one day be tempted by some big bait and get caught in the trap. Iron Master, he was impressed with Tramp's arguments and thus he dropped the idea of contacting the sheriff. But still, he asked him to leave that place immediately. The Iron Master's daughter, Adela, she wanted the peddler to stay with them. There was not a single place in the whole country where he was welcome. Everyone showed him the door. She wanted to have him stay and enjoy a day of peace with them. She was against chasing away a man whom they had promised Christmas cheer. The man with the rat traps said not a word. In the evening, the Christmas tree was lighted. He ate the Christmas fish and porridge. Then you can see the preparations of the Christmas Eve. Adela then served festival foods to the peddler. He was also given Christmas presents, which he thankfully received. Adela told him that her father's suit that the peddler was wearing was also a Christmas gift for him. She assured him that he would be welcomed again if he liked to spend the next Christmas Eve with them. Next morning, the ironmaster and his daughter went to church. As the guest was sleeping, so they didn't want to disturb him. About 10 o'clock, they drove back from the church. The young girl sat dejectedly. At church, she had heard a sensational news. One of the old crofters had been robbed by a man who went around selling red traps. This was the news that she and her father got from the church. When they reached home, they learned that the peddler had left, but he had taken away nothing. On the other hand, he had left a Christmas present for Adela. The young girl opened that package. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap, and in it lay three wrinkled 10 kroner notes that the peddler had stolen from the crofter. In the rat trap lay also a letter written for Miss Wilmenson. The peddler thanked her for being so nice to him as if he were a captain. He didn't want her to be troubled by a thief at Christmas. She was requested to give back the money to the old crofter on the roadside. He had the money pouch hanging on the window frame, and it served as a bait for poor wanderers. The rat trap was a Christmas present from a rat who would have been caught if they had not raised him to captain. So, my dear students, we can here conclude that how the kind behavior, friendly behavior of Adla has changed the mentality of the poor peddler, has how she had uh, brought out the goodness of that peddler. That is the theme of our lesson also, that the essential goodness of a human being never dies. Rather, it can be awakened through mutual understanding and love, and this is what uh, that was employed by Adla, and due to that, there was a complete change in red trap. So, this was our lesson, and now theme. The story deals with the trap of material benefits that most human beings are prone to fall into. It also dwells on the human tendency to redeem oneself from dishonest ways. Focusing on human loneliness and the need to bond with others, it brings out our proclivity to look down upon the have nots. Have nots means underprivileged people of the society, and deprive them of an opportunity to make their lives worth living. However, here and there are stray good souls that help them come out of the abyss ditch of their wretchedness and live a dignified life. And the same happens in case of Retrap and Adla. Message of the story: the rat trap brings home the idea that the latent spark of the human goodness is inherent in each one of us. It can be stirred into life through love and understanding. None of us is infallible, and one should think twice before sitting in judgment and criticizing the sinner. Each one of us can succumb to the temptation in our weak moments. Our avarice can allure us into touching the bait and getting trapped. And my dear students, you can correlate this story with the bishop's candlesticks also. In that play which you read in your ninth class, in that play also, it was only the bishop's kindness, bishop's faith in that convict or the prisoner who stole his candlesticks, the bishop's candlesticks, uh, due to the bishop's kindness, the good part of the convict's life, it came out again, and he also became a good man. So, this was all about the story of the rat trap. Thank you.